It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Merry Christmas to all of you, and I believe this is going to be the best time you've ever had with your friends and your family, and as you prepare for the new year. I just believe that you're having a year of fulfillment, and if you've had dreams and goals that haven't been fulfilled, let's look at next year. There's always next year that you can plan better and start getting the tools in place to go to your next level. So Merry Christmas, have a good time, eat lots of cake and dessert, because you'll work it off later. But anyway, Merry Christmas. And I wanted to let you know real quick that me and my team are working fervently to put all the details in place for the next conference. That really is the name of it, the next conference. And it's all about helping you go to the next level. You don't want to be where you're at today next year at this time. So we should always be coming up higher. We should always be asking the Lord, Lord, what's next? What do you want me to dream? What do you want me to get serious about? And then take the steps necessary to go to the next level. Remember, you can't go to the next level unless you prepare for the next level, unless you see the next level. So, if you're interested in doing that, I want you to join me and my special guest, Ron Kardashian. He's a celebrity life coach. He's trained some professional athletes and celebrities and different people, teaching them success principles to bring changes in their lives. But you know what? These success principles come straight from the Word of God, which is so cool, because every book I read, every motivational message I listen to, I'm like, you know, I've read that before, because it all comes from the Word of God. But sometimes you just have to be taught in a more practical way that helps you go, I can do this. So I want you to join Ron Kardashian and myself at the next conference in January. Now don't delay. We've put some special discounts and things together. If you go on the website, terri.com/next, then you'll see some of the discounts we've put together to make it more affordable, very affordable. In fact, Ron told me he normally charges $2,500 for a one-on-one coaching fee, and he's coming to teach all of us. So take advantage of this. You know, so many times God puts opportunities across our path, in front of our eyes, and we can just let it go in one ear and out the other, or we can say, I'm going to do something about this. And I remember years ago when I was just in a rut of repeating the same stuff year after year, nothing about my life changed. Finally, when I started investing in myself, I'm talking about spending some money on my future, that's when I began to change. And I began attending CEO conferences, workshops, purchasing CDs, purchasing books, making myself set a deadline that I will read this book by the end of the month. I would make myself do that. I will listen to these 7 CDs by the end of the week, one a day. That's when I began to change from the inside out. And you know, the same can happen for you. This month I've been talking about different success tips, you know, that we can apply in our lives. And this month particularly, I've been talking about the art of asking. Simply asking for what you want. Sometimes it's that simple. You just need to get up and go ask. But I do believe you have to be clear on what you're asking. You can't be vague. You know, when I teach on setting goals, I always say vague goals will produce vague results. You have to be specific about what you're asking for. But you know, just in asking, I was reading this book and I saw this in here about this guy named Dr. David McClennan. He wrote something called Priming the Preacher's Pump. But listen to this. He said, a salesman for a key-making machine entered a hardware store and gave the shopkeeper a demonstration. Isn't it a wonderful machine, he asked. Yes, it is. It would be a marvelous investment and a great time saver, wouldn't it? Yes. Well, why don't you buy it? Well, said the shopkeeper, why don't you ask me? It was that simple. Just ask me and then maybe you'll get the deal. Well, same can be true for you and me. There may be certain dreams and goals that you've even had on your list forever, or maybe you've never taken the time to write them down, but you've just prayed about it, thought about it, but you've never actually got up and gone and asked for something. Sometimes it really is that simple, but be specific, be clear on what you're asking. You know, I was reading books about how so many people say you need to have like 101 wishes. You need to write 101 wishes, because when you start out writing some of your dreams and goals, sometimes they're just those big ones that we all have. Oh, I'd like a Mercedes sports car. Oh, I want a speedboat. Oh, I want a house on the lake. You know, just those big things. But the more you start making yourself list these things, you get more specific about what it is you really, really want. I'm not saying you don't want the sports car, but you know, they say write those things down, and the more you think about it, the more clear you become. But you need to be specific about those things. Places you want to go, things you want to have, things you want to do. In fact, I was reading this story about a guy named John Goddard who, back when he was 15 years old, he said so many times he would hear his dad, when he had people over for dinner, he'd hear his dad and his dad's friends making so many comments about, man, wish I'd done that when I was younger. Man, I wish I'd pursued that when I was younger. And he thought, gosh, I don't want to grow up and wish I had done all these things, but then it's too late to do them. So he said he went to his room and he just sat down and wrote a list of 127 things he wanted to do before he died. 127. Well, do you know that as of today, last I heard, he has accomplished 115 of the 127 things. And they're crazy things. Like he says, visit more than 100 countries, facilitate meeting world leaders, including the Pope, which he has, visit the Great Wall of China, explore the Nile River. He rode a horse in the Rose Bowl parade. He's learned to fly 48 different types of airplanes. Think about that. He has done so many things, like read the entire Encyclopedia of Britannica. That seems so boring to me, but it was a goal to him, and he did it just by being specific. Well, especially this time of year. I know you might be all caught up with Christmas and all that right now, but I just want you to be thinking about some of the dreams and the goals that you have for your life as you enter this new year. And you know, whenever you get an idea, when you get a thought, man, I want to do that, write it down right then. Most all of us have a cell phone with us at all times. Just get your phone out and start writing my goals for 2013 and start keeping track of them right then. Because sometimes when you get that inspiration to do something, you have to write it down then, because later you might just be sitting alone thinking, what are my goals? And you can't really think of anything. So write it down as soon as you get that inspiration or that thought to do something. Now listen to this. This is from the Word of God. God is the one who said in Philippians 4:6, let your requests be known unto God. He wants you to ask for those things. Then he says again, and believe that you have what you ask for. Listen to Mark 11:24. It says, therefore I tell you, whatever you ask in prayer, believe that you have received it and it will be yours. Now that's confidence. When you ask the Lord for things, go with a positive expectation that I just expect the Lord to give me these things. Just expect it. Don't think of it cowardly and insecurity. Just think positively. Go with that positive, confident expectation that I'm going to get exactly what I'm asking for. So I want you to take the time to write those dreams and goals down. Go before the Lord, ask Him for those things, pray over those things, and keep track of them when they happen. Hey, and email me and tell me when these things are happening. I'm getting so many emails from people right now telling me, I asked for a reduction in debt and I got it. I asked for a raise and I got it. I love reading when you actually take these success principles, apply them to your life, and you get results. So, also I want to encourage you to get the Imagine Big Kit. We got a special price for it. It's regular $75 and it's for $60. You get this entire kit with your own dream journal, my brand new book Imagine Big, and 5 CDs, one of them all about the art of asking. So, go ask for what you want. You get what you ask for. Thank you for watching, and Merry Christmas.